is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis, I'm going. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with another video. Today we're going to talk about one of my main men, Jaylen Brown. I saw him play before he got into the NBA. I saw him play at Summer League, and I was like, I'm a Celtics fan for people that's new to the video and the channel. I was like, I see something special in Jaylen Brown. And I took upon myself as an analyst and as a person that goes to the games and go to Summer League a lot. I was able to see a lot of things in Jaylen Brown that I like. And I took that and what I thought and how he played and what he can improve on. I took that and put it into a rookie analysis breakdown, which showed Jaylen Brown where he can improve and where he can develop and where he will be. And I was one of those guys that say, I can see Jaylen Brown being an all-star. Now, this is before they had Gordon Hayward. This is before they had Jason Tatum. This is before Kyrie was there. This is when they had Isaiah Thomas. That's how far we going back since I was messing with Jaylen Brown. And I knew he was going to be a great player, not just because he was athletic and mobile. A lot of people said that was his upside, the fact that he had the size and the athleticism to be a productive small forward or shooting guard because he is, tweening in between those level of height and reach and athleticism. But I love Jaylen Brown. And when the Celtics took him, I didn't think he was going to be a bust. I didn't even say anything negative about him. I was just saying that he's a project. This is a guy that's going to take him multiple years to develop, and it's mainly because he came into the NBA without a real jumper, whether it was from mid-range, whether it was from three. And on top of that, his strongest attribute was his slashing ability. But people don't know this. He wasn't a great finisher in Summer League and in his first season. Yeah, he can get out and transition and get a dunk. Yeah, he can get out and dunk on somebody if he can blow past him and get a first step. But when it comes to creating, trying to get space, trying to get to that shot, he had nothing. And that was one of the reasons why people, even up to this point, which is this season, really didn't believe in Jaylen Brown just because he couldn't shoot. He was always a streaky three-point shooter, or he was never consistent enough to where you thought he was a threat each and every season, even up until this point before they played. And even when he got the extension, people thought that was too much money for Jaylen Brown because he is more of a role player and a complementary player than being an actual all-star caliber player that can really be a starter and really make an impact. And the thing about Jaylen Brown was that he stayed patient. When they needed him to come off the bench, he came off the bench. When they needed him to start, he started. When they played against LeBron James in Milwaukee, even 2 years ago when they beat them and went to the Eastern Conference Finals, Jaylen Brown was a good, consistent figure for them in the playoffs, to my personal knowledge. And I really seen it from the beginning that he can do these things. He had the confidence in Summer League to do them. He just wasn't knocking them down. But I seen that in him, and I even put that into my rookie analysis breakdown that Jaylen Brown, yeah, he's missing bad on some of these threes. Yeah, he don't have the touch just yet, but I still seen some Jimmy Butler, some Paul George, and some Kawhi Leonard in him that he wanted to take those shots. He wasn't scared to take those shots, and he really wanted to go out there and compete. Those are the type of guys that you want, especially at that wing position, because you want guys that can play multiple and defend multiple positions. Jaylen Brown can defend point guards. He can defend shooting guards. He can defend threes. He even at one point was playing the four for the Celtics instead of Gordon Hayward, especially when he was out with the injury. And people forget that. So Jaylen Brown always showed his versatility. In my personal opinion, it was just about developing him and allowing him to get the playing time and to grow. And I feel like you had to give credit to Brad Stevens and Danny Ainge for drafting him and really feeling like he can be a difference maker. Because people forget Jaylen Brown was a top 5 pick. And that's a big thing to know because that's a big investment that you really will make on somebody. This is a guy that was drafted third overall, in a 2016 draft, and he's only 23. This is a guy that's a legitimate 6'6", 223 because they did re-update his height and his weight because of this new season and with the new rule. And even though he might not have that 6'8" size that you want to play the small forward, it is still good to have somebody that's not scared and can defend those positions, even if he's a little undersized height wise. So Jaylen Brown had all the attributes that you will want in a player, especially that's young. He a competitor. He's not scared to play anybody. He's not scared to go against anybody. And even though the skills just didn't develop at that time, you knew with his work ethic and his passion and love for the game and his competitiveness, he would get there. And here we are now, him getting paid like he's a max player, almost getting a full max. This is a guy that went from averaging 6 points in 17 minutes to a guy that next season gave you 14.5 points and started 70 games. And then, like I said, this is a guy that took a lesser role. He only started 25 games in 2018-19 season. And even though he was a good guy coming off the bench, he still was able to show potential that he can be bigger than that and can have a better role. That's why a lot of people thought that if Danny Ainge didn't pay him, that guys like Atlanta, a team that's looking for a guy of Jaylen Brown caliber that can defend, that can shoot threes, and really be competitive, that'd be a good fit. That's why they drafted Cam Reddish for that potential. That's why they drafted DeAndre Hunter because they feel like they missing that guy. And Jaylen Brown, he's already that guy. And now the last 2 months, he's been showing that he can be an all-star. You can make a case for Jaylen Brown being an all-star this year. Last year, he said it, and it sounded crazy and stupid, but I never commented on it. I never dissed him. I never joked around about it because I knew he can be about that. And he come out this season giving you 20 points per game. Nobody seen that happening. Nobody seen that coming this season, especially when his last 2 seasons, he averaged 14 and 13 points per game, and he was just coming off the bench for a team that got destroyed by the Milwaukee Bucks in the playoffs. Nobody seen him as a 20-point scorer. I remember listening to podcast after podcast just saying he's not worth the money. He can't create his own shot. He can't knock down threes. And here he is right now getting paid and putting up all-star caliber numbers. This is a guy that's shooting 52% from the field on 14 shots a game, almost 15. This is a guy that's shooting 5.5 threes per game, and that's a career high. But guess what? He's shooting a career high 39.9 from three on a high volume. Not only that, he's shooting a career high from the free throw line. He's also shooting 4 a game. People thought he couldn't get to the free throw line. He wasn't aggressive enough. He has a career high in free throw attempts in 4 a game, but he's also shooting a career high 75% from the free throw line. He has never shot over 70% in his entire career, and now he's shooting 75. This is a guy that has never averaged more than 4 rebounds per game. This year he's averaging 7. This is a guy that never averaged 1 assist per game. Over 1 assist per game. Here's a guy right now that's averaging 2.4. This is a guy that's giving you 1 steal a game. He did that before, but he never did the 20.7, which is showing you the incremental growth and the unselfishness for him to do what the team needs him to do, what they ask him to do, and going out there accepting his role. But not only that, when the opportunity came, he took advantage of it and really made a name for himself this season to the point where people are arguing, is he the second best player on the Boston Celtics outside of Kemba? And you can even make an argument. I'm starting to hear people switch up on that too, saying he might be the best player because he can get you the 20 points. He can get you the rebounds. But not only that, he can defend. And that's something that Kemba Walker cannot do. Now, obviously, Jason Tatum is doing similar. That's why I said they've been in the same conversation. But I think the Celtics fans just need to chill out with that just because we have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like we got to pick one or the other. We have both of them, and we have enough money to keep both of them. We might lose Gordon Hayward, but that's fine because these guys are under 25 years old, and they both are great defenders, and they both are great scorers in their own right. Jaylen Brown doesn't play like Jason Tatum, and Jason Tatum don't play like Jaylen Brown, but that's a good thing because they fit well together because they both can shoot the ball off the ball. They both are unselfish guys when it comes to passing, and they both get out in transition, and they both can switch and defend multiple positions, even forwards. And that makes them a hell of a duo, especially when you put Marcus Smart out there, who's who's been improving his game, especially from the three-point line, which is one of his biggest weakness. He was able to do it, and that makes them a more versatile, harder to team to play against when a game gets slow and the games get ugly. So I just wanted to make this video to let people know, if you put in the work, you believe in your work ethic, you believe in your heart, you love what you do, you enjoy what you do, you look forward to what you do, you can really accomplish anything. This is a guy that everybody's been doubting. This is a guy that everybody counted out. This is a guy that people didn't even feel could be at an all-star level based on how he played his first 3 seasons, which is premature because he's only 23 years old. But if you go back and watch my rookie analysis breakdown, summer league analysis of Jaylen Brown, I said in that video, he reminds me of a Jimmy Butler. He reminds me of a Kawhi Leonard. He's going to be a guy that's going to benefit playing with a coach. He's going to benefit playing in a system, which he has done so far with Brad Stevens. But he also has that ethic to get him to the next level, which we are seeing now. I'm not making this video to say I told you so. I'm making this video to say he put in the work, he believed, and now he's on a point where he can be an all-star, which he said last year, and it might come to reality this year if he continues to play. This is a guy that made it onto the Team USA team, and he was damn near the best defender on that team out of everybody, including Jason Tatum and guys like Brook Lopez and guys like Miles Turner, who was in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation last year, and some people think Brook is in it this year. And they both was on that team, and you can make an argument, and some people will say that Jaylen Brown was the best defender on the team. So you can put in the work, and if you want to achieve something, you want to get somewhere, and you love what you do, and you put in the work, and you have that attitude that I'm going to take the good with the bad and the ugly, you can accomplish your goals, and Jaylen Brown is proof. Like I said, I made this breakdown before he even played a game in the NBA. I didn't even see his rookie season yet, and I had that he can be that type of guy. He's a 27, great defender, possibly all NBA defender so far this season. And that just show you the testament of his attitude and his work ethic and him as a person. And I'm glad that he made it, and I'm glad that he's still on the Celtics. I'm glad that Danny Ainge paid the man and made him a priority. Didn't even let him go on a restricted free agency, because this is the type of guy that you fuck with. This is the type of guy that you respect, and this is the type of guy that you want on your team because he is unselfish. He is a good teammate, but also you can count on him when it's in a big game. He can defend anybody, and that's another thing that's good for the team when you have that guy that feel that way and can do it. So let me know what you guys feel about Jaylen Brown. Do you think he can be an all-star this year? Do you think he's underrated? Do you think he's overrated? Do you think he was worth the money looking back at it years ago to now? Do you think that he can be even better as he is only 23? His jump shot is still getting to where it needs to be, and he's starting to be able to score off the dribble. This is a guy that's hitting step back pull-ups. This is a guy that one dribble, if they sag off him and try to take the lane away, he's pulling up for that mid-range and he's knocking it down. This is a guy that's showing you that he can handle the ball a little bit better, and he can get to those holes and to those angles and get a lane to get a dunk or a layup, or even kick it out to Kemba, kick it out to Jason Tatum, kick it out to anybody that's open. And he couldn't do that his rookie season, but I knew he can do it, and he ended up accomplishing those goals, and I'm glad that he did it. And you know why I'm glad? Not just because I respected him as a player, but also he is a Celtic. And when you have a guy that come up from the number 3 pick and live up to the hype so far, that's good for the Celtics. That's good for the fans, and we rooting for him. So keep on improving, keep on growing, keep on learning, and continue to fight and be a competitor. Because as long as you have that, you got championship heart. You got the heart of a champion, and he has proved that so far in his career. And I'm glad that he proved that in my analysis right, and he lived up to what I thought he can be. Is he better than Jimmy Butler? No. But then again, it took Jimmy Butler a while to get to where he's at right now, which is an all-star for the Miami Heat. And I also might put him on my all-NBA team because Jimmy Butler been balling. But this is not about Jimmy Butler. This is about Jaylen Brown. So let me know what you guys think, and I might put the rookie analysis breakdown. I might put that in the comment section so you guys can see that and see what I thought about him before you even played one NBA game, if you don't count Summer League. Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis, giving you that classic analysis again. Continue to watch. I'm coming all year, and I haven't took one day off of making videos, and the year is almost over, and I'm glad I was able to accomplish that goal. But thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys enjoying your holidays. Like this video, check out my older videos on my channel. I have many playlists. I break down rookies, I break down players, I break down Summer League. I do cover the draft, and I got a mock draft up already. Not only that, I do podcasts, and I also talk about the game of basketball, whether it comes to summer league, free agency, trade deadline, buyouts, and also I cover top 10 discussions and stuff like that. So you like this type of video, you like the NBA, check out my older videos and my playlists. I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching.